Okay, my name is Cheryl Davis, and I am making a wine glass for a lake scene. We live at the lake. I always see beach wine glasses. There's some, Coastal Magnolia has some beautiful beach wine glasses. I watch her a lot, and I like her stuff. But I live at the lake, so I'm going to do some that are for lake houses. I already have 2 coats of this brown, little tiny bottle of brown alcohol ink. Got this off of Amazon. I'm sure it come from China. Says it did. And I mix it in with my UV resin. And it's UV cured. I've been using UV resin forever, and that's just what I find is the easiest thing for me to do. This is about how dark it is. It's not real dark, but I like to do it in stages so that I'm not doing too much and it just runs everywhere. So what I do is I get on the back side of the cup and I pour it, and it drips, and then as it drips, not a lot of it will drip on the foil. So I get on the back, just smear it around a little bit, get it going, and then it just does its own thing. Okay? If I need to smear it more, then I smear it more. I just watch it. Sometimes I have added the brown to it to make it a little more brown at the time, if it's not enough, but I just didn't want to do that today. I didn't want to have to mess with all of that. So all I'm going to do now is push it up on the glass a little bit. No, I do not use gloves. I use baby wipes and 91 or 99% alcohol to clean up what's on my hands. Comes off great. So we're going to let that turn for a little bit. If you do too much, you're going to have ripples. So you just got to let it keep going and going until it has no really thick spots. See, that's a really thick spot right there. So we'll just smooth that out a little bit and it'll be fine. It's like I said, when you're messing with UV cured, it'll cure the top layer, but the bottom layer underneath will still tend to run. So you just want to make sure that it's all going good. It's all evened out. And I check the line right here at the back to see if it's really puddled up, and it's not. And I just put a little tiny bit around the bottom. Not much. Make sure all you don't have stuff in your liquid. And I do not use a torch. I just don't. Because if you go slow enough, you're good. Then you'll just get your light. Mine's 2 minutes. I'll do it for 2 minutes. I get it at an angle like this so that it gets the bottom and the sides. I get it as close as I can get it to cure up quick. It shouldn't take too long. And then the next color I'm going to use is going to be the darker blue. And then I have a lighter blue. And then I have a white. And my white, I use the UV resin and a little bit of this white. And I discovered this morning that you're supposed to shake this up. But last night, I put a little bit of white paint in there. That will work. It's just acrylic paint, cheap paint, but let me show you what it does. It makes it flexible, okay? Now, I have used watercolor, like your kids' watercolor paint palettes, with the alcohol. This one's 99% alcohol. Now, if it's real dried up like mine was, just put some water in it, shut the lid, let it sit all night. Mix it up a little bit with your little, I have a little thing that I mix it all up, get it all mixed up, and then close it again, just let it sit. Then when I'm ready to use it, I come in with my alcohol and I spray the alcohol in the color and mix it up a little bit more. I put my UV resin in my cup. I don't use a lot at a time. I'm telling you, not even that much at a time. I get my syringe, I suck it up out of that little water pellet into the thing, get some more, put it in there till it gets about what color I want, and then I start mixing it. That will work, absolutely will work, because I live out in the country. Walmart is 45 minutes away. Amazon takes a little while, and I'm not very patient. So I have been working with UV resin pretty much. I'm a nail tech, pedicurist, and a nail tech. I've been one for 32 years. So I've been mixing resin stuff for a long time, gels, all of that. So I'm very, very familiar with how all that stuff works. That's why it's easy for me to work with it, and it's fine. See, this is getting dry. This is starting to dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and get, let me make sure. I'm gonna go ahead and get my, the darker blue I have, which is this one. I think it's called Sapphire Blue. Yeah, this one's Sapphire Blue. Then they have Sky Blue. They also have a Peacock Blue, but I didn't want that color. Our water is not really pretty and crystal clear. It's a lake, so we have more of a brownish, greenish tint to it, but that's why I put brown on the bottom, because it's brown on the bottom. I'll let that dry a little bit. Yeah, we're doing good. Okay, I'm gonna shut that off. Then I'm gonna get the blue. Knock everything over. I'm gonna get the blue. I'm trying to make this more for kind of men can also use this. It's not just a woman thing. We're gonna come back here on the back and let it drip. It's dripping on the front, that's okay. I done 3 of these yesterday, and my friend said, you need to put that on so we can all see how it does. Now I'm gonna smear it with my finger. Just smear it right along. Try not to touch the brown, but it will, and it don't matter. I don't care. Push it up a little bit more. These are all handmade, so they're not gonna be exactly the same. The water depth is not gonna be the exact same color and all that. I mean, that's just the way it is when you're buying or doing handmade items. But I am gonna do some that are really strictly for men. I'm gonna put some, I have a friend that builds guns, makes guns. You know, we live in Texas, so everybody's got at least 3 or 4 each. And we're going to, oh, that's a pretty color. We're gonna, he's gonna collect me some gun parts and broken pieces, or, you know, spent bullets or whatever he's got. He's gonna be so nice and save me some pieces, get me some pieces together. So I'm real excited about that. This looks perfect. I'm gonna cure this right now. I do not mix a big glass full. I just don't. And I use my glasses over and over. You can see my little glasses over here. They're all beat up. But I just use my glasses over and over. And they sit out overnight. They're not gonna cure because it's UV resin. So, and yeah, I'm by a window, but it's not getting direct sunlight, so they're not gonna dry. And it's just a lot easier because I know which cup is which by what's all over it. Yeah, the brown is really cured good. I might need a little more blue on this. You can always go back, if you're doing it in layers like me, you can always go back and add more, because I want that middle to be a little bit darker. Trying to get this to sit here while I go get my other one so y'all can see them. See if I can get it without knocking everything down. These are two of them. These are the two that I did yesterday. That's what they look like when they're done. You got the brown, the darker, and then the lighter, and then the waves on top. This one I was talking on the phone with my garden friend, and I left my light on when I started pouring it, and I freaked out because it made a hard line. I love it. It feels so neat. Feels like the waves. And then this one is not, it doesn't have the line. I think I'm going to leave it like that. But you can see that, you know, they're not all exactly the same. And these have stickers on them. I'm going to show you how to do that in a little bit. These stickers I got off of Amazon. And they're temporary tattoos. You can use this on these glasses. I've used temporary tattoos on things for years. And you just, after it's all cured and dried, you just put your little piece on there, let it, you put it with a little tiny wet paper towel, get it wet, peel it off, it's ready. Let that dry real good, and then I'll come back with a clear coat over the whole thing. And when I'm using this white, you have to let it dry. I let it dry overnight or a long time, because if you don't, it's just not dried. So you got to let it dry a while. And I don't use a heat gun because I don't want to heat all this stuff up. Yeah, we're drying good here. So the next color I'm getting is going to be, it's going to be the lighter blue. Yep, that's it. Use your cups over and over, everything sticks together. Take a little bit more. Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's getting there. This bottle has lasted me forever. I don't do any like big, thick frogs or anything like that, but I do a lot of coasters and cover coasters and stuff, and seashells, and I'll do a couple of seashell ring holders. I've done seashell ring holders made with windshield glass. It's amazing. I do plant stakes made with windshield glass, and they look like geodes. The ring holders themselves look like geodes. All right, here goes the lighter blue. I don't like mine to go all the way to the top. Absolutely do not go that high up, because you're getting into where they're going to be putting it on their mouth, and it just, I mean, this stuff tastes awful. I don't know if it eventually loses its, yes, we have dogs. Reinhardt. That looks good. I'm going to put another coat on probably that middle one, but we're going to go ahead and cure this one because this is holding up fabulous. Put that here for a second. But then I'm going to go get my beeper for him so he'll quit hollering. Quiet. He's a 2-year-old schnauzer. His mama's under my chair, but we love schnauzers. We probably had about 4 or 5 of them. We just love them. They're so sweet. So kind, so smart. Gonna let this cure real good, and I am going to go ahead and put some more blue in the middle. A little more blue right here.
Right behind my feet. Sorry.
There it goes. Smear it right along. Thank goodness my light went out because I would have forgot again. But that was a happy mistake, as okay, there we go. The guy with the curly hair that painted, Bob, I don't know, not Bob Marley. No, not Bob Marley. He does music. Don't know, Bob. Long curly hair. He would talk to his paints about like we talk to our crafts and plants. Yeah, the brown is good and dry. And these little, you get these little drips right here. It's not coming off right now, but I use those little drips when I'm making my seashell art. They make really pretty little add-ons. But in the seashell art, you can put stuff like that. Now this was made with alcohol, alcohol and watercolor. This is what it does. Pour it out, and then I mix the stuff in there a little bit. And that has no clear coat, so it's not real shiny. So that was an experiment that went happy. Okay, now I'm going to get a white. But this part is always tricky for me. It always is. You never know how it's going to turn out. Not real liquidy, so you'll put it on, then you'll drag it with your stuff. Just make little waves. That one needs one right there. That one's way up too high, but I'll get him later. That's all you want to do. Just drag it and splash it around, kinda. And you want to get it when it's still kind of rough. You want to set it when it's still kind of rough looking, because water's rough, you know. Here it is. And we have white caps, buddy. It is rough. Oh, that looks good. Okay. Yep, that looks good. I need to set it before it starts smearing too much. There we go. Yeah, that's good. That's good. A couple of them run, but that's not going to be a problem for me. Some people blow them with straws or their mouth or heat guns or anything like that. I don't use the heat gun. Only time I use the heat gun is when I'm doing a paint pour and I really want it to blow a lot. But usually I'll just use my little red sonic straw to blow it and get it going. Oh, that's so smooth. And the more you do it, the better off you get. I have one over there that is hideous looking. It is so cloudy. I must have put the alcohol on it, tried to get it clean. In my mind, it wasn't very clear, so I'm thinking I had fingerprints all over it, and it really made it cloudy. So I'm gonna have to soak that one in. I'll probably wrap a paper towel soaked in alcohol, put it in a bag, and it'll all peel off. It's all dry. Now we're going to get our stickers. And these have saltwater fish and freshwater fish, but we're a lake, so we have freshwater. So I want freshwater fish, bass, catfish, mainly bass and catfish, and some trout. And some perch. There's some little perch down here. Just gonna let this go until it's good and cured while I cut my stuff out. There's a rainbow trout. We can get that. And then I got a big bucket here I'm gonna put on. It's got all kind of stuff in it. Let's see. Yeah, let me get 2 more fish out of this. Where are my bass? There's my bass. And catfish. Let me get the catfish. Yeah. Do I want another bass? Let me get the bass. Oh my goodness, that was already dry. And catfish just in case I have room. And here the airboat's out today. They're so loud tonight. I don't mind them coming during the day, but at night they're so loud. Like that. And when you're trying to sleep, you know, 12 or 1 o'clock and you're listening, trying to watch TV, and them big old loud things come through, they're so loud. But everybody has a right to fish like they want. I might need 1 more fish. I'm probably going to need another fish. Catfish? Nope, I didn't get the catfish. Let me get the catfish. Alright, let's move these back. And I'm going to just use the baby wipe. Should work fine. Let's turn that off. Let me see if it's on okay. It's still a little, that one, the white, are still a little bit wet. Just like I said, you know, when you do that, that really needs to dry overnight. Yeah, it's still a little bit wet, but I'm not putting fish up that high. So let's stop. I'm going to lay out, I'm going to do the bucket, fish, another thing, and then probably 2 more fish. I'm gonna do a catfish and another bass. Yeah, it's a different bass. Okay, so all right, the bucket goes this way, so we're gonna lay that right on there. You can take it off if you want to, or you can leave it on. It's fine. Doesn't really matter. Let's see what's happening here. Yep, there we go. There's one. Let me pull it off and show you. Can you see it? Where's it at? Where's it at? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna slide that on back and turn it, and then I'm gonna put a couple of fish on there. Pull that off. Put it. Let's just make him go up in the air. Doesn't take much. And there he is. And we're going to turn it. We're going to put another one. I'm going to put a bass over here. God, that sticks. I'm going to put a bass right here. I actually put one of them upside down one time. I'm like, oh my God. So you learn all kind of stuff. I mean, you could do Yeti cups like this. You can do whatever you want. Now I'm going to put another tackle box right across from that one. So I'm going to put it right here. I mean, you could put it anywhere you want. You could put the fish coming out of the water, whatever you want. You could go back and enhance the color if you want to. Get your little markers, enhance the color. A lot of time I do that when I'm doing my decoupage and napkins. I'll enhance my color a little bit. That one's already ready. It's sliding. Okay, there's the tackle box. And I'm going to do this rainbow trout. What kind of fish is that? My husband's standing right here watching. I see him making noise in and out, but what is that?
That is
Okay, this one.
let me think a minute.
Okay.
God, I never get this one wrong. This is a pike.
Oh, a pike. Okay.
Yeah. It's a
We don't
pike.
have those here, do we?
No.
Okay.
We don't have pikes. But you never know, man.
Well, it's fresh water, so it'll be okay. I mean, yeah, somebody might have a pike somewhere. And then I'm gonna put this big bass on there.
Is a pike. And that other one's a catfish.
Let's see, I'm gonna make him flipping up in the air. It's super easy, it doesn't take long, so it's a quick money flip. I get my glasses at a place, Dollar Tree has them for $1.25 or something like that, and my Dollar General here in town has them for $1.25. They're good. There is a place a little bit closer to me, and I go there. I get all my seashells and all that kind of crazy stuff from her because it's all secondhand stuff. I don't get a good deal on it, but it's still, she's a one-stop shop for me. She's got everything. They buy storage units, and it's wonderful. Okay, we're gonna let that dry a little bit. Let me show y'all up close. Is that good? There we go. Okay, I'm going to slide that back on now. I am going to turn it on Get it going the right way, and then this is going to be our final coat. Just drizzle it, drizzle it, drizzle it. And like I said, you really need to let that white dry overnight. You really, really do. I'm going to try not to get a lot on it, because I'm going to come back and just do the white tonight once it's dry. It'll be 3 or 4 hours or so, and it'll be dry. But you just want to go back, and I don't have enough. You want to just barely smooth it. Let it run, and then just glide it along. If your finger starts dragging, then you don't have enough. So you got to put some more on there. There you go. You don't want to feel any of the stuff that you just did. There we go. If you have little air bubbles, oh well, you know. I know some people nowadays are just, everything has to be so perfect. But, you know, in an instant world, everything has to be perfect or nobody wants it. And I understand that, but you also got to understand, it's not made by a robot. It's made by a human. It's made by somebody. Took the time out of their day to think of it and do it. Figure out where to get bass. Figure out where to get lake clams. We don't have beautiful rocks, seashells and all that. We just don't have that up here, but we have some clams, freshwater clams, and so I do make some with beach stuff. I do, but I try to stay with the lake theme, you know. If I was buying it, I wouldn't buy a beach one. I used to live on the beach, right by it, so not very far from it. Okay, that is, as I would say, Budamus. I'm gonna let that twirl a little bit. This comes off, this UV resin comes off so easy. So easy with the white. And if it dries on your hands for some reason, that's always fun. But if it dries on your hand for some reason, there's some right there. Just the 99% alcohol over the sink. It'll come off. Okay, girls. I think we have got that. I'm gonna set it for 2 minutes. And this time you want to be sure that you're getting the bottom, because you've already, you know, done the bottom a couple of 3 times. So you want to make sure that you're just getting the bottom. I know they have the little UV lights that are, I almost bought that one for like trays. I am so glad I didn't. Now, my one at work is like, it's like almost like C-shaped, but I made the mistake of bringing it home one time, and that was a mistake, because then I went to work to do nails and I had to drag my old dinosaur out of the closet, which takes, believe it or not, 10 minutes to set. That's how old it is. Where these take 20 seconds on nails. They don't take long at all. This one takes a little bit longer, but it's just because the resin company says to take it. And mine is hard, clear, tight. Self-degassing, which it is pretty good. I mix my colors at night, and that way there's no bubbles at all on them in the morning. And it says cure time is 1 to 2 minutes with a light, a 35-watt light. 10 to 15 if it's a sunny day and you're outside, or 30 minutes to 2 hours if it's a cloudy day. Personally, I would never do this outside here, because we face southeast on the lake, and the water is, the wind is always blowing on our back porch. It's beautiful out there, but it would be so windy, my hair would be everywhere. So that's why I might do something outside one time that ain't required UV. I could do some of the shells out there because I don't use the turner when I'm doing the shells. Well, ladies, I think I know it's not dry yet, but I'm gonna pick it up, let y'all see, and then I'm gonna put it back on. But you see how shiny it is. It's just smooth, smooth, smooth. If you find a spot, just go back and dab it. Like that little spot right there. Just go back and dab it and it'll smooth and you're good to go. Where was that spot? Right there. Right there. There we go. There we go. My husband out there playing French music. There we go. Okay, y'all seen how it's done? If you have any questions, just ask me. You know, I'll try to get to them and answer them. But I much rather use the UV process. I am not user friendly with AB resin, where you mix part A and part B with AB resin. I'm just not. So next thing I'm gonna make is gonna be using some seashells. Okay, thanks.